morning, everyone. Let us just please stand and we're going to sing our opening song. It's a Claudia Carawan song, and she has some beautiful words and rhythms for us.
What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with joy profound in a world where many miracles abound. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with joy profound in a world where many miracles abound. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well.
All right. Thank you all. Please be seated. Woo, it's a good song. Yes, on a beautiful Sunday morning like this. So welcome everyone that is here in this space, and also all of those that are watching out there in outer space. Now, that doesn't make any sense, does it? But anyway. Anyway, we're just delighted that you're here with us. You know, last week, Reverend Denise talked about the journey of Charles and Merle Fillmore and their healing process. And one of the last things that Reverend Denise ended with was Charles Fillmore's prayer. So today, I want to open with Charles Fillmore's prayer. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the word I, so allow my words to be your words as we open up this time together. So we take a breath and just relax into this beautiful moment, a moment that'll never, ever return just like this. It's so precious. As we say together, and once again, allow my words to be your words. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life and love and wisdom. I acknowledge thy presence and thy power, O blessed Spirit. And in thy divine wisdom, now erase my mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, bring into manifestation my world according to thy perfect law. And so it is. Amen. Those words are so beautiful. When we take that time to recognize that we are never out of the presence of the infinite Spirit, that we are always in it, as it, through, over, under, around. We can't run or hide. That Spirit of the infinite God, whatever you want to call it, is always there for us. And we celebrate it on a beautiful Sunday morning like this. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. The flowers are blooming. The trees are almost full now. And everything just looks so beautiful and abundant. And that's how I see you when I look out at all of you. I see your beauty. I see that essence of God as you shining back at me Oh, it makes my heart sing. So, in order for us to remind ourselves that we are the Christ, we are the sons and daughters of a living, loving presence, I ask you to please stand and we'll greet each other by saying that the Christ in me greets the Christ in you. The Christ in me greets the Christ in you. The Christ in me greets the Christ in you. The Christ in me greets the Christ in you. The Christ in me greets the Christ in you. And now while you're standing, we're going to sing There Is Sunshine in My Soul Today.
There is sunshine in my soul today. It is glorious and bright, ever glowing with a warming ray. For Jesus is my light. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. For I behold the Christ in every face, and there's sunshine in my soul. There is springtime in my soul today. I know the Lord is near. The notes of peace sing in my heart. The joys of grace appear. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. For I behold the Christ in every face, and there's sunshine in my soul. There is gladness in my soul today, and hope and love and praise. For blessings which she gives me now, all brightening all my days. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, as the peaceful, happy moments roll. For I behold the Christ in every face, and there's sunshine in my soul.
All right, that sounded good. Please be seated. Now we have an opportunity to really kind of hone in on how we hold the vision for Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center. So as we say this together, I really feel, is this who we are? Because guess what? If it's not, we can change it, right? But let's see if this resonates with you. And when you walked in those doors today, that you actually felt this about Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center. Okay, let's say this together, please. Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center is a radiant center of divine life, light, and love. We are a thriving, prosperous spiritual community that honors the divine presence in all and celebrates our oneness through loving service in our community. What you think? Thumbs up? Okay. All righty. And now, of course, this is the first Sunday of the month, and so the first Sunday of the month, we do a different Lord's Prayer, because there's so many iterations of the Lord's Prayer, so we figured once a month we will offer something new and different. And so let's say this together. O thou, from whom the breath of life comes, who fills all realms of sound and light and vibration, may your light be experienced in my utmost holiness. Your heavenly domain approaches. Let your will come true in the universe, just as on earth. Give us wisdom for our daily need. Detach the fetters of thoughts that bind us, like we let go the guilt of others. Let us not be lost in the superficial things, but let us be freed from that what keeps us from our true purpose. From you comes the all, working will, the living strength to act, the song that beautifies all and renews itself from age to age, sealed in trust, faith, and truth, I confirm with my entire being. How'd you like that one? Very nice. It was the Nazarene transliteration of the Lord's Prayer. So beautiful. All right, we get a chance to sing one more song. So let's stand up again. We got another song, Work Wonders from Within.
Work wonders from within. That's where to look within. There's no use looking somewhere else for power they need to win. Work wonders from within. Be sure you look within. Just take your mind from outer peace. Don't think it's too late. Begin in you, in me. There's power to be in you, in me. There's power that sets us free. My course is up to me. Of course it's up to me. So I'll set my mind to use my power and wonders I want to see.
Oh, I like that. Okay, please be seated. That really goes along with the healing of Myrtle Fillmore, actually, when I think about the words of that song. Of course, it's up to me. So now, I just want to, is there anybody here for the very, very first time today? Oh my gracious. Well, we are just delighted that you are here. And certainly if you would like to introduce yourselves, we would love that. But it's up to you totally if you want to do that. Anyone want to just tell us? Okay, in the back. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for coming. That was a long drive this morning from St. Louis. So. And this gentleman? All right. Very good. Thank you for being here. Sandy always fixes us up with all our food. She's always back there doing stuff. And we have one beautiful lady here. Well, we're glad you got here too. And here comes your other half. And thank you both for being here and making this your spiritual home. Yeah. So as an opportunity now to just hold in our hearts anyone that we feel we'd like to surround in prayer. We know the name isn't necessarily important. We also know the condition isn't necessarily important. But take a moment and just, who in your heart would you like to surround in prayer? And then also, is there a celebration that you wish to be grateful for in this particular moment? And just hold that in your heart. And certainly if there's something going on for you personally, we want to surround you in that beautiful light and love and joy and peace of the Christ. So we have a prayer that we can say together. And here we go. Together, as we center ourselves in the one presence and one power, we realize that our thoughts have the power to heal and bless. We send them out now, carrying love, peace, joy, and life to situations and celebrations that we hold in our hearts. Thought by thought and prayer by prayer, we transform the world. Isn't that true? Yeah. So anytime during the week, if something comes up for you and you're feeling a little anxious about it, or you've heard something from someone, you just take that and just hold that name in your heart, or hold that situation in your heart, and just surround it with the love, that love and light that we are. And before we know it, all the worry and concern just vanishes into the ethers, as Charles Fillmore would say. All right, Mary's got some things to tell us about, so here's Mary.
The hardest part of my morning. Okay, I think I'm on. Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Lots of smiling faces. It's a wonderful place to be here this morning. Okay, the word for the day is joy. Feel it all around. And the affirmation is, I carry joy in my heart. If everybody wants to say that. I carry joy in my heart. My many happy experiences and memories lead me to feel joyful, but I know they are not the source of my joy. One of my divine gifts, joy, is part of my spiritual identity, as close to me as my next breath. Joy wells up and spills over within me when I bring my awareness to my spiritual nature and to my oneness with all good and all life. It is an attitude I hold in my mind and a feeling I hold in my heart. The happiness I feel in life depends on my allowing my inner wellspring of joy to come forth. I nurture my joy by maintaining a regular prayer practice that enhances my awareness of God. I go into the world grateful for the joy that resides within me, my gift to share generously. And from Isaiah chapter 55, verse 12, for you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. And our extra reading this morning is Psalm 139, verse 7 through 12. Where can I go from you, Spirit? Or where can I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you're there. If I make my bed in Sheol, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and settle at the furthest limits of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me fast. And if I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light around me become night, even the darkness is not dark to you, and night is as bright as day, for darkness is as light to you. That's a pretty one. So joy, what do you think? Do we like it? Are we in favor? The best thing about being platform assistant is I have read the Daily Word for years and enjoyed it and felt like it was contributing something to my life. But until I became platform assistant and had to really focus, really focus on what it was saying, I now realize I was not getting nearly enough out of it. So when it's my turn and I'm given a word, given a thought, given a reading, it really makes me think about stuff. And we all kind of take things like joy for granted. Everybody's joyful, everybody's happy, and there's a reference in here to happiness, and I thought, what is the difference? Is there a difference between happiness and joy? Really? So it gave me a starting point, because if you actually start looking up joy, I stopped after like 19 pages of stuff that I was spreading off about joy, and I thought, it's probably a little too much. And started focusing on this kind of difference. And it seems like happiness, and there was ultimately a consensus along the line. It became real clear. Happiness is, a great new pair of shoes that's comfortable. Woohoo! Happiness is Oh, yay, I won the lottery. That's happiness. Joy is something different. It really is. With joy, you get that feeling from deep inside that does well up, as it said in the Daily Word. It's a tingling almost. It can well up so much that sometimes it comes out as a tear. Mm-hmm. We've all had that experience where we knew what we felt was wonderful and fantastic, and yet we're crying. You're going, why is that? It's because it is so big, and it's ours, and it's there all the time if we just open up to it. Like everything else about our known self, we often forget our own divinity. We forget that all of that love, all of that greatness is really inside of us. And the same is true with joy. And when we focus on that, we're able to have that all the time. And we've all known people. We have all known people who access that joy all the time. And you could tell it when you were around them. Mm-hmm. Jan Sloan was one of them. Mm-hmm. She was one of those people that just exuded joy. Not happiness, joy. She wasn't going wahoo. She was just spreading that gorgeous joy that came from inside her because she was in touch. So it was a really wonderful week for me to be able to spend this time and think about this, because we all, we have those moments. We look at a newborn grandbaby, or the excitement of an expected newborn great grandbaby, and we have that wonderful tingling. And I found this, and I'm going to read this, and then I'll get out of everybody's way. This was a good one. This is a meditational prayer about joy. It says, breathe deeply. Inhale the joy of God. As you exhale, see golden sparkles of joy. I love that. Surrounding you. As these sparkles of heavenly delight dance around you, feel your heart swelling and uncontainable joy as you say the following prayer. Dear God, I see the same cloth of your creation in all my brothers and sisters. I see the same love, patience, and kindness dwelling within all humanity. I now know that we are all one and the same creation of God. I lay down my judgments and embrace my brothers and sisters in love. I feel the same love you created in me touch the same love in all others. In love and peace, we embrace as one. I am joy eternal. I am joy present. Amen.
Amen.
And now,
thank you, Mary.
On to the next.
Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. Is everybody smiling? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of songs in Unity that we sing about joy. Remember that one as a kid? It was like, I got that joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Remember that one when you were little? And you used to probably sing that in school or catechism, or I don't know, whatever venue you were using then as a child, right? I referenced this already, but I did listen to Reverend Denise's message last week, and the beautiful story of the healing of of Myrtle, and then Charles Fillmore, our Unity founders. In that story, there is a healing process that summarizes the journey of what is needed for healing, and what is needed is already within you and me. It's just tapping into that, just like the Fillmores did. The Fillmores never intended to start a new religion. They just wanted to dedicate their lives to living what they felt Jesus Christ taught. They called it practical Christianity. So if you've been in Unity any time, you know that That is what unity used to be called. Unity was practical Christianity. So the Fillmores never said, don't go to your church that you love to go to. They would say, go to your church and then come on over and we'll talk about some things so that you can start incorporating them into your life, because this is a practical process. It doesn't happen overnight. Like Mary was just saying, we forget who we are. And so by having groups meet and talk about the things that Jesus taught, then it's like, okay, we're just reminding each other. And that to me is what coming together on a Sunday is all about. It's a reminding us of who we are as spiritual beings, reminding us of a whole different way of living once we begin to see and understand the truth that sets us free. And one of them is that we are joy. And we get to decide when we want to express it. And it doesn't have to be when you get something. It's just like it's just part of your essence. That you look around, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. What window do I look out of? Do I look out of the window of joy and see, amazing things and wondrous things? Or do I look out of a different window and see something entirely different? And that's where we have that personal power. They were obsessed with the idea that if they committed themselves to the Spirit of God within themselves, they knew without a doubt that all would be well. Now you got to remember, this was back they founded Unity, I think it was 1880. Times were very, very different. But they dreamed of a city of God where people of all races, religions, and beliefs would come to feel the presence of the inner spirit. They had a dream of a healing ministry that would reach across the world to bless and inspire people to move beyond their humanness into a conscious awareness of who they really are. Their dream became a reality because they believed that with God, all things were possible. So you say to yourself, well, yeah, but, that was them. That's not really me. Or maybe somebody watching via the internet or whatever goes, oh, yeah, that's really nice to talk about all that, Jenny, but that's not who I am. But let me tell you, this is what Myrtle Fillmore said, because we're not talking about two people that were all of a sudden enlightened. Myrtle Fillmore states in her book, Letters of Myrtle Fillmore, I myself was once an emaciated little woman upon whom relatives and doctors had placed the stamp TB. And this was only one of the ailments. There were others considered to be beyond any help, except possibly the changing of structures through an operation. Now, this is Myrtle Fillmore talking about herself. And then there were family problems too. We were a sickly lot. I came to the place where we were unable to provide for our children. And in the midst of all of this gloom, we kept looking for a way out, which we felt sure would be revealed. So if you are anywhere watching this now and you feel like you are at the end of your rope and there's nothing that you can do, they said, the light of God revealed to us. The thought came to me first, Myrtle said, that life was of God, that we were inseparable from the source, and that we inherited from the divine and perfect Father. So they didn't come all knowing of everything. They had their trials, they had their tribulation, and yet they kept focused on knowing that God was the source. Their healing began the unity movement. Their faith began the unity movement. Their desire to help others began the unity movement in 1880. And here we are today still talking about truth and using the spiritual healing methods that help them. What a legacy, right? And it was never about them. The more I read about Charles and Myrtle, nobody even knows where they're buried because they didn't want people coming and, we honor you. No, they said, we just want to put it out to the world so that everybody can know who they are, so everybody has access to this healing. So we here at Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center, we want to continue their legacy. by offering once a month to anyone that comes through those doors on a Tuesday from 6:30 to 7:30, a time of prayer, meditation, and healing. Just as the Fillmores did. They prayed. Charles Fillmore prayed every night, 2 hours every night, because he said, I'm not going to listen to what anybody says. He said, I'm going to headquarters, which meant, he was just going to sit in prayer and meditation and get the information that he needed. And as you read his stories, he got a lot of information as to what to do and how to get out things. So during this monthly prayer, meditation, and healing service, there is a time for your own personal transformation, that you can come in and sit and be still, that you can walk away from all the things that the world is busy with and telling you about and worrying you about. You can come in and sit in the quiet. We'll have soft music playing. It's a time where you can feel that power and presence of spirit within your body temple and in your mind. We'll have a communal prayer where we set the stage for the evening. We'll invite you to speak the names of those for whom you wish to pray, and we'll all hold those names in the silence of our hearts. There will be a chaplain on duty if you would wish to have private prayer. We'll have those folks that do Reiki and other healing modalities like that, that'll be here if you wish to have their energy, activate your energy to heal your own body or to heal your mind. And so what we decided to do in the service today was set up these little stations, ritual stations, that'll be here on Tuesday evening. There's beautiful prayers on each one of the stations, and you can light a candle, you can do a water release of anything that you feel is blocking you from that amazing full flow of energy moving in and through every cell and fiber of your being. We also have one for the Native Americans in the back because they lived on this property. This was their home. We want to honor them and the traditions that they have left us with. So we have a little ritual station with that, and there's some beautiful prayers on each one. And so whatever it is that you feel that evening that you want to do, whether you want to sit quiet for an hour, you want to get up and go to one of the ritual stations and read a prayer and do do the water release or do a candle, whatever it is that you feel drawn to do, you'll have an opportunity to do that. And then at the end of the evening, we'll have an opportunity to come together and just say a prayer together. Yeah. It's been so important for Reverend Denise and I to do this for so long, just to have a place for you to come and be and allow, right? Just allow that spirit within you to exude through you, awaken within you maybe things that you hadn't thought about before, heal areas that need to be healed, whatever it is. That's what our time together will be on Tuesday evenings once a month. So now I invite you we're going to have a meditation, and I know our beautiful pianist is going to play some music. And then after a little bit of quiet, if you want to get up and you want to go and read some of the information at some of the ritual stations. And a ritual is an outer symbol of an inner transformation. So what do you want to do? How do you want to approach this? Whatever it is for you is absolutely perfect. So we take time now to move into that space of meditation and quiet. So let's just take a deep breath. Just kind of relax your body. I always invite people to kind of take a scan of your body wherever you feel there's some tightness or discomfort. Just put your attention there and say release. Release. Just gently, very, very gently. And then take a moment and take in that scan of your body, bless your body, bless your temple of God, right? Your temple of spirit. Move through every part and bless your eyes and your teeth and your chin and your smile and your ears and all the things that your body does for you every single day that we hardly pay any attention to. And just bless it. Let it know that you are, that you're aware of the marvel of what it is. The marvel of what it is. And then take another deep breath. And because some people say, well, you know, I can't meditate. My mind wanders too much. It's just too busy. It's too chatty. Then I invite you to allow a word to come to your mind. It might be the word peace. It might be the word love. It might be a little small affirmation that you love to say. And every time your mind starts to drift, start thinking about what you're going to do later today, or, oh my gosh, my week is so busy, you allow that beautiful word to bring your attention back to this present moment. And you do it so gently that it's like a feather landing on a pillow. So if your mind starts to drift, you bring it back with your word. When it drifts again, you very gently bring it back with that beautiful word again. And continue to just relax. Know where to go. No hurry. Be still and know who you are. An expression of God unlike any that'll ever come again or that has ever been born before. That's how unique you are. So we sit in the quiet. And at any time you feel like you're ready and you wish to move to one of the ritual stations, then I just invite you to do that. Just very quietly and gently move throughout the room. What's yours to do? What's yours to awaken this morning? Now we move into the silence of our hearts, into the silence, into the silence.
He's checking it out.
Take another deep breath. And if you haven't opened your eyes yet, I invite you to do that just very, very gently and easily. Yeah. I want to leave you with a final story. It was in a book by Leo Buscaglia called The Soul's on Fire. And he says it this way: when you die and go to heaven and meet your Maker is not going to ask, why didn't you become the Messiah? Why didn't you discover the cure for such and such? The only thing we're going to be asked at this precious moment is why didn't you become you? You know? Yeah. Express the you that you are this week. Express that joy that we talked about earlier. Express that love. Express that patience. Express that forgiveness this week. And so we invite you, again, to come on Tuesday evening, kind of put everything aside, and just come and be you. Yeah. And so it is. How we doing? Did you like the little areas? Yeah, I hope so. Do you have another song for us, Paulette? All right. Woo, all right. Get comfortable. All right. Woo! I felt like I wanted to dance. So now we have an opportunity to bless Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center. We have a basket in the center of the aisle there, and if you're watching on one of the internet things, there's information about PayPal if you would like to bless us. So as you hold your blessing in your heart, we say our prayer of plenty, which is up here, and we say it like this together. In the infinity of this moment, all is perfect, whole, and complete. We acknowledge the one presence and one power, center, every moment of every day. We open our hearts to wisdom and intelligence in the universe and in our minds, through which all answers, resources, opportunities, solutions, creativity, and all healing comes. All doubt is released. We trust that our needs are being met in this moment. Divine order is unfolding for our highest good now. And so it is. Amen. And we have a little blessing song that we like to do. And remember, feel this, because we are so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. so grateful. We are so blessed. Oh, brother, we always feel so blessed here at Unity Williamsburg Spiritual Center, but it's because of each and every one of you that continue to find this to be your spiritual home, or come visit us if you're in the area. We love having you. So we are so blessed, and we know whenever we give, when we give with a joyful heart, and we give with the idea that God is our source, that whatever we give comes back to us, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. It is a truth that sets us free. And now Mary's got some more truth to set us free. Or maybe not.
Don't think I've ever heard the announcements referred to that way, but I didn't write them, so, you know. Whew. Okay, what a great day this has been. Am I on? Yes, I guess so. Oh. The first thing I have to say is it is Potluck Sunday.
Woo!
So
yay!
Everybody has to come back to fellowship because there's a lot of good looking food back there and we don't want it to go to waste. And it's especially all you new people, please feel free to come. Don't be shy. And of course, once again, Tuesday is going to be our wonderful healing service. That is so exciting. 6:30, and it's going to be the first Tuesday of every month. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
I also have to tell you, I had a little printing problem, so this is a little smaller than than my eyes generally like, so I may have a little trouble. We're sure that by now all of the members have been given notice that we are having a congregational, I keep wanting to say congressional, congregational meeting on Sunday, May 15th. And it's it's a meeting about some church business in which we need a vote. All very good news, so come and let's get that voted in. All of the contributions that we have made of groceries for fish are going to be delivered this week. And Reverend Denise and Reverend Ginny are going to take those over for us. And we want to thank everybody for being so generous. There's lots of bags of good-looking stuff back there. So I'm sure Fish will be very grateful. And it's just one of the many things we try to do for the community. We have once again resumed our Saturday book study group, and we have been reading the book Mary Magdalene Revealed by Megan Watterson. It's a great book, and we have a really wonderful, lively conversation on Saturday, and sometimes there's cookies. So if you're not enticed by the conversation, then come for the cookies. Anyway, it's a wonderful, wonderful way to spend Saturday morning from 11 o'clock to noon, and we try to keep within those parameters as best we can because everybody has busy lives. And if you haven't didn't attend the first part, don't worry about it. Come on, you can catch up. It's real easy. And don't anybody forget about our match game, which is going on through June 30th. All of our contributions to the building fund over and above our regular giving will be matched by a very special friend of Unity Williamsburg, up to $5,000. So please place building fund on your check or use one of our little donation envelopes and put building fund on the outside. And don't miss this opportunity. There's also a way to notate that on PayPal. So if you make your donations through PayPal, then you can also participate in this wonderful match game. And if you have special prayers that you want, our prayer boxes are here and back in the fellowship hall, and we have little pieces of paper that you can put down who it is or what special kind of prayer you would like. They are picked up immediately, and prayer starts right away, and we really encourage you to take advantage of this. This is great if you have prayer during the week that you need, if something comes up in your life and you want all the angels listening. You can call, you can email, the chaplains at prayerunitywilliamsburg@gmail.com. And it's prayerunitywilliamsburg@gmail.com. And if you need prayer today,
I think Jude.
I was going to say, there's Jane. Jude will be back in the prayer area for private prayer if you're looking for that. And of course, all of our prayer requests are kept in strictest confidence. Now, for all of the folks who are visiting today, you can go to our website or leave your information with pretty much anybody, and it will get to the right source to get on our mailing list for emails and updates. We do a wonderful weekly email newsletter that will give you all the information about upcoming topics and visitors and visiting speakers and all the activities that we're doing. And the chaplains put in wonderful stuff, and the reverends put in wonderful stuff, and it's one of my favorite times of the week is when I get my newsletter. So it's well worth having, and if you are out there in outer space and would like to keep up with what's happening here, please feel free to do that. Also, if you are interested in becoming a member, there is paperwork for that too. Up here, right here in front. So you can fill that out and hand it to pretty much anybody, and it will get to the board, and we would love to have you. I think that's it. I think that's it. I did it.
Thank you, Mary.
Fellowship. Don't forget. Have a joyous rest of the week.
Now I invite everyone to stand. We're going to sing our peace song, and if we'll kind of come to the center here, we don't have a problem holding hands. If you don't feel comfortable with that, that's okay also. And we'll sing our peace song and prayer for protection and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all am divine. And so as we leave this place today, I hope you feel the joy in your heart. I hope you have a smile on your face and go out there and have the most incredible week ever, ever. And so it is. Amen. Yeah, please come and eat everything.